Hey my lovelies, it's Trish. So, I'm a little bit excited. I'm just not gonna lie. It was my birthday Saturday. I got a haircut. It looks really good. It had grown out longer and it was just like driving me crazy. And what I found was I was like, I just want to be able to do a ponytail. And then that's all I was doing was a ponytail was like in my way. So anyways, got my hair cut and I'm like super excited. I'm really pumped up because Tangy is back on Weight Watchers. My girl Tangy. Yes, so she just did a video. I'm going to put it down there. I probably will never remember to put the card up. But anyway, so she just talked about the reboot. But I love the very beginning of her video. So it's Freedom Homesteaders. It used to be Tangy the Caver's Wife. That was when her and I would get a lot of stuff done. So she did this like really cool lapse where she did like the first... I could do something like that. Anyways, the first like few seconds of like 12 weeks of videos years back when her and I were doing Wellness Wednesday in conjunction with Mama Gets Fit. And I just thought it was an awesome video. And I really haven't been sharing with you. I'm not going to lie. I kind of didn't want to share the continual struggle. And I feel... I don't know if I'm being motivating or just pathetic. I hate to say it that way, but that's just going to be the truth. Because I started back on Weight Watchers the middle of December. I talked a little bit about it. I thought I'd like launch a whole nother channel. There's just no time for that. And I'm like, sometimes I feel like I'm just too many different directions when you come to Just So Trish. But I guess that's who I am. That's what you're going to have to get stuck with. So I want to tell you, I have been doing a great job going back on Weight Watchers. And I am doing it all online. Now I have an older phone. So the app was kind of a little bit tricky. But I was doing great and I'm really motivated. I started a couple weeks before Christmas and then right before Valentine's Day, I clocked in. So I started at 184 because remember I was up to 188 after the test, you know, because I'd lost some weight. I've come to realize like keto is not where it's at for me at all. It does not work for me. And it took a while like mentally and emotionally to handle like what is not bad food. You know, everything was like good, bad, good, bad. And that negative, and I really didn't realize how much it had messed with me. As a grown woman, the negative conjunctions of like what is bad, that food is bad. And food shouldn't be bad. Just have less often, you know, low quality food, don't do as often. High quality food, do all the time. There you go. So it took a little while. It took like 3 weeks for anything to happen after keto. And I have a lot of girlfriends who are like back on Weight Watchers. Tangy, one of them. And which is going to be fun because she's going to show you everything she's going through. That have left keto to go to Weight Watchers. Because it's like either you're on it or you're not on it. You know, or you're out of... You know, you're out of the I don't know how to put it. You're out of ketosis. You know, you ate this little tiny morsel and now you're out of ketosis. I know, granted, I know there's people that have it that works for them. And that's awesome. I'm just not one of them. Ever. You know, and so in December when I finally was just like, I've give up. I've had enough. What do I do? And I just hit the point of Weight Watchers is just going to have to be the rest of my life. I know this is what works. I know this is what puts me where I need to be. I know now I'm playing with my hair because I'm looking at it. Puts me to where I need to be. This is what I need to do. And just don't look for anything else. This is just it. So I went there and that's what I decided. So I follow a lot of Lifetime members on YouTube. And a lot of like ones on Instagram too. And it's really helps me keep perspective. Like you can go, you know, whatever. So I was 184 in December. Sorry, I'm a little hyper. It's been a very get things done kind of day. And here I am finally at lunch, after lunch, and I got to get going somewhere soon, so. And I got down to, it took me to like, right before Valentine's Day, to hit the 15-pound mark, 14.5-pound mark. So I got down to like 168. Whoa, and I was like, man, we're going now, we're going to do good. And Valentine's Day hit. So I went out Valentine's Day, crashed my points. I didn't even like mark the points down. It was a great night. Had a great night. And then the next day I had a funeral. And we went to the funeral, and it's one of those good old Baptist funerals, so there's like food. And I was like, you know, I'm going to have this piece of blueberry pie before I get back to my diet. And I'm going to have another one. And it just kind of escalated from there. And so that was Friday, and I was doing right. And then, like, I just was like, I don't care, let's eat chips. And then Saturday was a wedding. Same thing, crashed in. And Sunday, I'm like, I need to get back on it. But I felt so miserable. I was up late, dancing all day. And I'm like, okay, I've got to get on this. And then I had a birthday party for my daughter. And I'm like, and you know, it's the funny part. When I started going off the food, and I was just, it started with nibbles. Well, the one day I had it completely out. It started with nibbles. And then what happened was I had a few, like, I didn't care, I dove in, I'm going to be good tomorrow. But, like, your body craves that junk still. And it's like, and I know, like, my body's just craving the junk because I ate junk. I don't need the junk. But then it's like, I'm going to nibble a little junk here. I'm going to nibble a little junk here. And then by the end of the day, I realized I've nibbled everything. And I'm like, oh, that's not what I need to be doing. And it wasn't really showing up anywhere. You know, the scale was moving a little bit, but not really. But this is where it showed up. My gut stopped being friendly. So my gut stopped being friendly, and it just started getting bloated and just uncomfortable. And where I've gotten kind of used to eating the good foods again, and my gut, I want to say gut flora happiness, digestive happiness was happening again. It went to not happiness. And, you know, I think you can get away with a little bit, nibble here, nibble there, or one good meal. But I guess as we get older, it changes. Tell me what you think. Does it change? Because now it just feels like everything I eat and do has everything to do with how I'm going to digest everything. Oh my goodness, I sound like my grandmother. What? Oh, I'm getting old. But yeah, so it's coming to that like point where it's like, ooh, how am I going to digest that? And really the way I started feeling was horrible. So on my birthday, which was Saturday, today's Monday, I'm like, I am committed to get back on it. No more. Because like once you lapse, it's easy to start lapsing. I'm like, this is my rest of my life. This is not my quick fix. And I got back on it. It was hard. It was hard, but I got back on it. And some of my really favorite go-tos that have been helping me. And so like, I feel like my best videos are my Marco Polos to Tangy. Because they pretty much, most of the time, are the funniest. So I wish I could share, I don't know how to share some of those videos with you. But I like to do a lot of food preps. So I have found like a lot of 0-point things. And I'm going to tell you, I don't eat my weekly points. So I do the Weight Watcher app. I pay for the membership. I pay for it. I've decided it is worth my health to have it, and I can afford it, so I'm on it. And there's a few things I don't worry about. So corn's now a free point thing, right? But popcorn is not. But I choose to just eat popcorn anyways. And I don't go more than a cup because sister could be like at the feed trough for the corn. So I do that. I'm going to let go of avocados. So I like avocados. Avocados are points, but they're healthy fat. They're a fruit, which should be 0 points, but because of the fat content, they aren't. Weight Watchers, I'm going to ignore that, and I'm going to eat the avocados and count them as 0. I just won't log them, so they won't show up. I don't count kombucha, but I don't have more than 1 bottle a day, so that would be like really 2 points, 3. But I don't eat my weeklies either. So I don't eat my weeklies. So I kind of have my little fudging that I kind of make what works for me. And I'm going to tell you, it's all psychological. This is what makes things work for me psychologically with Weight Watchers. And you kind of have to do the same. So I do that. I count 93% lean turkey breast as 0. I drain the fat, but sometimes, man, I can't find the fat to drain it. I drain the fat, I call it 0, and I move on with my day. I make a lot of like prep aheads, soups, and I put them in my little jar, and I get them done, and it just makes it better. So anyways, what are you guys doing? Do the reboot. go check out Tangi. See how she's doing. Tell her I said hi. And I just wanted to share it with you because that's what I've got going on here. And I got to get going. So remember, if I can do it, you can do it. We can do it. Tell me what's working. Because keto did not work. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe. Like my video. Check these out.